Hey guys, this is Vinny over at Richfield Auto Center, and today we got a 2013 F-150 with a check engine light, and I'm going to show you the steps that you need to take to properly diagnose a bad purge solenoid. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the customer said that their check engine light is on, and we're going to take the modus and we're going to see what codes they have in here. Let's see, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. We've got a 456 EVAP system leak detected, very small. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our smoke tester, we're going to seal the system, and we're going to see what where the smoke comes out of, if any. So let's see here. So we're going to go into functional tests. We're going to go to output controls. We're going to canister vent valve on off. We're going to turn the vent valve on so it seals the system. And we're going to do that. So now what we're going to do is take our smoke machine. We've got our smoke tester here, and we're going to go to the purge valve. And on these F-150s, a lot of the newer cars, they got rid of the Schrader valve. So the access port, you basically have to take the purge valve line off. And then we're going to hook a line up to the EVAP line that goes all the way to the back canister. And we're going to smoke test the system, and then we're going to see if we've got anything leaking. Okay, on the EVAP system, so now we got our line hooked up. Usually what we'll try to do is use the quick disconnect and actually lock into a steel line, but this line is so big I don't have an adapter big enough. So all we did is kind of shove it in there. It's a rubber line or a rubber hose on the EVAP tester, and then it's plastic, so it should seal good enough. You're only going to have like 1 or 2 psi going through the system. So the other thing we're going to do is take our air hose for our shop air, plug it in here. Then we're going to turn the machine on. Then we're going to check the system for leaks. So what we're going to look for actually is this little tiny ball that's right here. We want to see this drop down to 0. And if it does that, then we don't have any leaks in the system, because that's basically telling us how much flow the system has right now, because it's building up pressure, and it's a pretty big fuel tank, so it's going to take a little while for this to fill up. So we're just going to wait a couple minutes, and then we're going to come back to this and see what we got. If we don't find any leaks on this, with it being a really small leak, the only thing I'm going to do now is after that is test the purge valve. It doesn't matter really which order you test them in. I mean, I could have tested the purge first, but you know, if this system holds pressure, I want you to see that, you know, everything from the back of the car up front is good, and then the only other thing in the system is going to be the purge valve. So let's give this a couple minutes, and then you know, we'll come back. This machine has a 5-minute timer on it, so it's only going to pump smoke into the system for about 5 minutes. And what we're looking for is going to be, you know, I don't know if you can see it here, but you see all that smoke coming out. It's not going to be that excessive, I don't think. But so we're going to test that, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we filled up the system with smoke now, and you can see that that ball has dropped to 0. This thing has 0 flow right now, and the vent valve is closed. So that means that the whole system is sealed all the way back. If your vent valve was closed all the time, that would mean it would be really hard to gas up your car, because all that pressure going into the gas tank, it would have nowhere to go. And a lot of people complain that their shut-off valves at the gas pump will shut the pump off, and they'll complain that they can't fill it up all the way. So we know the vent valve's working. We know that the system is holding pressure back there. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is test the purge valve. Some people complain when they have a very small leak in the system that if the purge valve is bad, it's hard to start, because you're basically introducing a vacuum leak into the system, and it's using that, and there's a lot of times that they don't start well. So we're gonna hook everything up, and then we're gonna go ahead and test that purge solenoid. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just unplug this line right here, and we're gonna plug it in to the purge valve. So that way we can test it. And a purge valve is tiny, so if once we turn this on, this needle should drop very quickly. And as you can see, that ball's bouncing all over the place. So we've definitely got an issue with the purge solenoid. It's not sealing. This thing should have went to 0 right away. So we're going to replace the purge solenoid. I'll show you how to do that. I'll have to get one because the parts store next door doesn't have any in stock. So once I get that, I'll go ahead and show you how to replace that. Okay, here's the new purge solenoid. We're going to stick it in the car. You can see that there's only 2 bolts right here and here, and there's just the quick disconnect right here, and then there's just an electrical connector right here. Pretty simple. Just an O-ring here. What I usually like to do is put a little grease on the O-ring before I put it in. That way it doesn't get bound up and it doesn't tear. And then you are scratching your head trying to find out what else is leaking. So I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to try to line it up and show you, it's 2 bolts. It'll come off real quick. So let's see here. Let's see what we got. And zoom in a little here. Let's see if we can find it. And then we're gonna, let's try to zoom in a little. Okay. And what we're gonna do is unplug this right here. And then we're going to loosen this. This is real simple. I mean, this is something anybody can do at home. But the problem is really, let's see. But if you don't have the right equipment to actually diagnose it, I mean, that's why a lot of times shops charge so much for diagnosis, is because, a new one of these smoke machines is, well over $1,000 if you buy a Snap-on one. You can get cheaper ones, but sometimes the smoke isn't as good. Let's see here. So, let's see. I'm going to show you guys. So here's the old one. I'm going to zoom out real quick. So on the old one, let's see if you can focus on it. You can actually blow into it. And you can hear the air coming out of it, so you can tell it's stuck and it's not going to seal properly. The new one, you can tell it's sealing fine, so we're going to go ahead and put it in, and we're going to just verify that it's fixed after that. Okay, so the new purge solenoid is in, and if you see down there, we've got the smoke machine hooked up to the purge solenoid, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to just verify it so you guys can see how the ball reacts here. And we're going to turn it on, and you're going to see that it drops right away, and that's all we wanted to see. Now, the one thing I am going to do is turn the car on, and I'm going to clear the codes because I want to clear what they call keep alive memory. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that's going to relearn any fuel trims that this thing might have adjusted for with having the purge valve stuck open. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so we're going to go over to our scan tool. I don't know if you can see this. And we're going to see if we can darken it up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go to the codes menu. We're going to clear the codes. And let's see what we have. So the codes are cleared. We're going to go to functional tests, and we're going to go to reset keep alive memory. And once that's reset, we won't have any drivability problems later, because I have seen where guys fix something and then the keep alive memory changes, so the car will add too much gas or it'll take away fuel. So it's just an easy thing to do while you're in here. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is a real simple repair that a lot of people can do, but it's got to be diagnosed at a shop. It's, you know, some people will tell you they can, you know, use soapy water, which does work sometimes, but if you have an internal leak and it's not coming out of the car, you're not going to find it. So if you know what you're looking for and you're able to test individual components, and you can use a smoke machine and then you can see the flow, that way you're going to be able to determine it a lot easier. So hope this helped you out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.